This video is sponsored by headphones.com. Stick around to the end for more information. So these are the brand new Beats Studio Buds Plus, a revamped version of the Studio Buds that came out back in 2021. But one of the biggest visual differences is obviously this sweet new transparent colorway. I mean, it just reminds me so much of the transparent Game Boy from my childhood. And so I'm a pretty big fan of transparent electronics. They just look so cool. Now, shout out to Nothing for possibly paving the comeback with its Nothing Ear headphones lineup. One of the first companies in my mind that has kind of leaned heavily into the transparent design of recent years. And so shout out to them. Thank you for allowing other companies to maybe see that this actually looks really, really cool. Now, there are actually some other design improvements compared to the previous version, but it's a lot like the AirPods Pro versus the AirPods Pro 2. There's some minor visual changes that lead to some pretty major improvements. With acoustics and ergonomics in mind, Beats was actually able to improve some key areas like sound quality, ANC and transparency, and even battery life. So when it comes to active noise cancellation, the 3 times larger microphones, the new venting, and this new powerful processor gives the Studio Buds Plus up to 1.6x more ANC power. Transparency has a 2x improvement over the last generation, and honestly, I would say these improvements have been fairly noticeable. Again, this update seems a lot like the first generation AirPods Pro going to the second gen AirPods, where when you look at them, there's no huge design change, but then when you actually put them on and test the ANC, the sound quality, and the transparency, there's actually a pretty good upgrade. And so I would say that sound quality has been a pleasant surprise, especially compared to the previous generation. I'd personally put these right up there with the AirPods Pro 2. That was kind of the theme of my last video where we did the Studio Buds versus the AirPods Pro. These were honestly really, really good. And at $169, or I don't remember what those were at the time. Right now they're at $149, but these will retail for $169 compared to the $249 price tag of the AirPods Pro 2. It's kind of hard for me to recommend picking up the AirPods Pro 2 when these are so good. Now, in certain genres of music, the AirPods Pro 2 do have a bit more punch and some more low end. So most of the time I really don't notice a difference, but there are a few cases where, yeah, you might give the edge to the AirPods Pro 2, but I'm pretty happy with the Studio Buds Plus. And I'm just as happy with these as I am with my AirPods Pro 2. The Studio Buds Plus also offer playback correction, which according to Beats removes any residual acoustic artifacts that may have inadvertently been introduced via ANC or transparency processing. I can't say that I've noticed this at all. My time with these have been fairly brief, but I'm not entirely sure that I would notice it if that's something happening. It's kind of a background thing, but I guess it's good to know that it is happening. Battery life has also been greatly improved, which is always a nice touch. The last model was capable of 24 hours of total battery life when you have ANC turned off. So 8 of those 24 were coming from the earbuds themselves, and the remaining 16 was from the case. If you turn ANC or transparency on, you'd only get 5 from the earbuds and 15 total with the case. So that's a pretty big difference. Now, with the Studio Buds Plus, battery life has increased from 24 to 36 hours, with 9 of those coming from the buds when ANC and transparency is turned off. So you get an additional hour. 24 hours total, with 6 coming from the earbuds when the modes are turned on. That's a pretty big improvement here. You also still have fast fuel, which gets you more than 1 hour of listening time with only 5 minutes of charging via USB-C. Still not sure why, but these do not have wireless charging, so that's still an issue here in 2023. Beats have also stated that there's a new B button design, which is what you would use to toggle playback controls with a little button press here on either the right or left side of the earbuds. You can actually customize the long press controls, which is currently set to both sides being noise control, but I toggled on the volume control option since that makes way more sense for me. So one would be volume up and one would be volume down. I just prefer that more. On your Mac, there is a headphone setting menu option, but I clicked on it and nothing happened. My Mac is a little outdated and I haven't had a chance to update it yet, so maybe that's a reason why. I'm not entirely sure. These headphones, when I received them, were actually not officially announced yet, and so there could be some sort of software thing happening, but yeah, just wanted to call that out. The buttons don't feel very different. I know there was a change here and it's supposed to help with accidental presses, but haven't really noticed anything. But I am glad that we do have full playback and volume controls available. Some other things worth mentioning here in rapid fire, you do get spatial audio, but there is still no head tracking or personalization. The chip is Beats proprietary, but it's a generation 2, and so it's not the H2 chip from Apple's AirPods Pro 2, so there's still no auto switching between devices. But one thing I do notice is that iCloud Sync is actually available, which means you can pair it once to your iPhone or your iPad or any device that's logged into your iCloud account, and then they will be connected to all of your other products. So I can just very quickly pull up the sound menu on my Mac and I'll see my Beats Studio Buds Plus there, or on my iPad as well. This feature is also available for Android phones, as there is an app that's available in the Google Play Store, which also offers more features like one-tap pairing, audio switch, Find My Device, and so much more. There are now 4 ear tips available, ranging from extra small to large, with medium being on the buds by default, and also the ones that fit my ears the best. So if you're wondering what I'm using, I use the mediums that are on by default. And lastly, Beats have claimed that there are some pretty drastic improvements made to vocal or call quality with improved microphones. And so here is a test between the new Studio Buds Plus and the previous generation. So feel free to let me know in the comments down below which one you think sounds better when you're taking a phone call. Do you prefer the Studio Buds Plus or the older Studio Buds? Or do you not notice a difference at all? Again, let me know down in those comments. So what you're listening to right now are the microphones on the Studio Buds from 2021. Let me know in the comments. Do you notice anything? So when I switch over here shortly to the new Studio Buds Plus, there should be a drastic improvement, at least according to Beats. They have said that they've made some improvements. So let me know in the comments down below what you think. So this is a test from the Studio Buds Plus. Of course, let me know in the comments which one sounds better to you. Again, Beats did emphasize that there were some vocal/call quality improvements. And so, what you heard before was the original Studio Buds. And again, these are the new Studio Buds Plus. So let me know if you notice a major difference or not. Overall, I think this is a pretty solid upgrade from the Studio Buds from 2021. And I think if your Studio Buds from 2021 are working really well and you don't think you need anything, then you probably don't need to rush out and buy these. But if they're broken, or if you're coming from any other pair of headphones that are probably not as good as these, I would recommend picking them up. And I'd say if you're thinking about, we'll do a full comparison video, but if you're thinking about the AirPods Pro 2, over this new, $169 retail price of the Studio Buds Plus, I'm finding very little reasons why you should go for $250 AirPods Pro 2 over these ones. I'm very happy with the way these sound. The ANC is great, and so is Transparency. The battery life has been tremendous, and the fit is super comfortable. So I highly recommend checking them out if you're in the market for new earbuds, and definitely think you should get this new transparent color option. It looks awesome. Now, before we end today's video, I do want to give you more information about today's sponsor, headphones.com. While you can't quite get these new Beats Studio Buds Plus from headphones.com, or at least not at the time of this video, I do want to mention that they carry a ton of other great options, including the Focal Bathies, which we'll actually have a video on later this week, so be sure to stay tuned for that one. Headphones.com is also just a unique company, absolutely committed to excellent audio and to giving people the best experience. They try everything and carry products that they really believe in. And right now, they're one of the only places you can even find the previously mentioned new Focal Bathies, wireless, noise-canceling, luxurious hi-fi headphones. So check out their online shop. There's a supportive community, great customer service, in-depth reviews, and a 365-day return policy. They really, really want you to be happy with your purchase. So be sure to check them out first and tell them that I sent you. This has been Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you around in the next video.